When we hear about Yamacraw and see Yamacraw today, we see a public housing development. But when I see Yamacraw, I see a huge black community that was right here. That is the central community for African people in the state of Georgia. Historic Yamacraw, there were homes there, two-story wooden homes that were owned by African people. You also have brick homes that were built in the 1800s that were still owned by African people up until the 1940s. I see a man by the name of Robert Sinstack Abbott as a child growing up in Yamacraw, and also in another community called Woodsville. I see Robert Abbott and his family. I see the West Broad Street School right there on MLK today. West Broad is now known as MLK Jr. Boulevard. So I see all of that there in Yamacraw. I see James P. Johnson. James P. Johnson is called the father of jazz pianists in the United States. James P. Johnson wrote a piece titled Yamacraw that he said was dedicated to the men from the Sea Islands of Georgia. Then James Weldon Johnson, NAACP, writer, civil rights advocate. James Weldon Johnson, also many people know him as the composer of Lift Every Voice and Sing, the Black National Anthem. Here goes a community that is known for basically around the entire country for black excellence that we see right there in Yamacraw. But something happened. May 1941, they opened up a public housing development and they named it Yamacraw, wiping out the story of historic Yamacraw. When you walk into Yamacraw and you see the building which is now the clinic, that was the office building. That building is a replica of the mansion house on the Hermitage plantation. So that represents the big house. And that the house that the people live in, what are those? Those are the quarters of the Africans on the Hermitage plantation. The only difference is that they are now built up 2 stories. If they were single story, you got the exact quarters on the plantation. And so yes, the message is sent to us here. And the message is that we cannot achieve. This is all that we will know. So you see how psychologically, how damaging that is? When you go from a community that's known around the entire country, but now, today, folks are in a public housing development that is the remnants of the plantation.